welcome back. Instead of watching those cutscenes over and over and over and over again like I did in the Frederica Part B or Side B episode, I just decided to exit out of the whole freaking thing and go back in. But in the last three-part episode, we went to Lord Siemens, which is our canon path, and defended our honor from Patriot, who assassinated Lord Dear Siemon, only to be assassinated by both Milo and Anna, and a really cool scene on that end. And then we find out of his true birthright. Our dear old Serenoa is actually the son of King Regna and Destra, meaning Siemon was only his father, and the actual sense of the father being he took care of him and raised him, but was not his blood. And then we helped Frederica. Oh yeah, you get Milo in that path, and then in Part B, we went to the Rosellan village to defend it from Trish, who coincidentally becomes the person you get after defeating the mission. Is you get Trish. Trish joins your party, and she's like a mix of Milo, but archer. Like she can do like the whole jump Milo thing does, but she's an archer and not, with the fan. And then in Part C, we stayed in the Crown City to help Roland investigate Patriot's work, and what was honestly one of the hardest missions to sit through. Like the combat mission itself was nothing to write home about. It was my least favorite of the three, but I thought all three were actually pretty good. The one we did in Part 1 and Siemens was my favorite, but I also really enjoyed the Roselle mission too. And no, it was mostly the hardest one to sit through because of the crowd's interactions with Roland and stuff. But without a further ado, let's jump right into this, because this is going to be a cutscene heavy episode as we jump into Frederica and Roland rejoining our party and their Spark Notes version of their episodes, which we have not seen yet. We've only seen the Benedict one, and there's obviously other missions or other cutscenes that happen, because this whole chapter we're about to watch is only cutscenes. Yep, loading in on number 1, baby. Side A was our canonical canon path.
Roland, Benedict, and Frederica regroup back in the capital. But what they experienced while they were away could very well alter the course of destiny itself.
Chapter 15, Part 3, Fade!
Is there something on your mind, Roland?
Hey, the courtyard isn't glitching this time. That's good.
Serenoa, I do not know what I should do.
Did something happen in the capital?
No, that problem has been dealt with. I've made sure those damned royalists will never cause trouble again.
Was such harsh punishment truly necessary?
Of course it was. When they should have been helping to rebuild the kingdom, they instead profited off the people's hardship. And on top of that, they sought to string me up as their puppet king.
I understand, but...
You know what they told me? They said that is what Glenbrook truly is. that it must be ruled with the royalists' careful mediation between the royal family and their loyal subjects. They said good kings need not think for themselves. They said my father and my brother understood that.
Even if that is true, you have the power to change it.
I tried. That is the entire reason I took the throne. But nothing has changed. No matter how many corrupt aristocrats I've cast out. This kingdom has always been broken. As Frost's invasion just ensured we could never put the pieces back together. I do not have the strength to reconcile a land and people torn apart by hatred and greed. I cannot give Glenbrook what it needs. King though I may be.
Roland.
Apologies, my friend. I should not burden you with my woes.
You burden me with nothing. But if you are struggling...
All is well. Trust me. So long as you are by my side.
Starting to sound like me. I don't want to burden you with my woes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for burdening you.
Serenoa, I would speak with you before we meet with the others.
Is something the matter? I was led to believe the Rosellan village escaped all but unscathed.
Pray, look at this.
A book?
We recovered it from a band of brigands. It once belonged to the Esfrosti archives. It was authored by one Orlea, my mother. Inside is the truth about the Roselle. Nay, about all Norzelia.
The truth? How would your mother have that knowledge?
The Rosellan people have long passed down the secret of the salt. My mother was a chosen keeper of that history. In ancient times, the Roselle lived in the southernmost reaches of Norzelia, in a place called Centralia. It is said Centralia was on the shore of a vast expanse of salt water they called the sea. Back then, the Norzelia we know was at the bottom of that sea, but a cataclysm dried up all the water, and thus this land came to be. The salt crystallized and sank into the earth, the very earth we now walk upon.
Salt beneath our feet.
After the cataclysm, only one small lake of salt remained. War raged on and on as people fought to control it. The Roselle tried to stop the fighting by digging up a giant pillar of salt to show everyone the secret they had long kept. But Hyzant, whose power over Norzelia came from controlling the lake and the salt it produced, could not allow the truth to get out. They captured the Roselle, branded them criminals who tried to seize control of the salt for themselves, and confined them to the lake.
And what of the pillar?
Hyzant stole it and hid it, inside the very statue of the goddess that towers over the source.
How can you be certain?
During the uprising, my mother broke the statue and recovered a fragment of the pillar within.
The salt crystal found in the Rosellan village. Incredible. If what you say is true, the teachings are a lie. This will shake Hyzant to its very foundations.
And we would be able to free the Roselle from their imprisonment at the source.
With so much at stake, we must be careful in what we do now. Frederica, I would ask for more time to think this through.
Of course. I have every faith in House Wolford. And in you.
That is the extent of what happened during our various endeavors. The passing of my Lord Father, the Royalist scandal, and the book that revealed the truth about the Roselle and the Salt. It is time we consider what we shall do to overcome these obstacles facing us.
I still cannot believe how quickly Lord Simon's condition worsened.
It is most devastating. Serenoa, did your father say nothing else to you? Before he...
He bade me lead House Wolffort well.
I see. Then we must all do what we can to help you honor that request.
Your Majesty, what do you plan to do about the Royalists who misappropriated supplies?
As far as I've been able to discern, those involved acted out of greed and self-interest. They must all be punished. Nothing less than exile from the kingdom or execution will suffice.
But there are those among them who support the Glenbrook line. Will that not impact your governance?
Perhaps. But to pardon their crimes would kindle the people's ire. We must make an example of them. To appease the people. To make clear the consequences of engaging in such foolhardy behavior.
Did something else happen in the capital, King Roland?
Nothing you need concern yourself with. But I must say, I was shocked to learn of that Rosellan legend. Do you suppose the contents of that book could be true?
The part about their homeland, Centralia, that sits upon a vast saltwater sea? That of the untapped salt crystals beneath Norzelia? Or that, in order to monopolize the salt trade, Hyzant fabricated the Roselle's sins? That the pillar of salt Hyzant stole from the Roselle is hidden within the statue of the goddess? If any of it is true, it would turn everything we know on its head. It would mean the teachings of the Holy State are not but lies.
It does sound unbelievable, but we have already seen part of this legend for ourselves.
The crystal from the Rosellan village?
That crystal is a fragment from the pillar within the statue of the goddess. One my mother obtained during the uprising.
It fits perfectly.
Apparently, Lady Orlea penned the book detailing the legend for Frederica.
She did. She enchanted it so no one could open it, but left me the key to break the spell. This pendant.
I doubt a mother would go to such lengths to lie to her daughter.
Then we agree the legend contains at least a seed of truth.
Your Majesty, we have received word that the survivors of the Duchy's army are amassing.
What? Where?
At the Grand Norzellian mines. But we cannot be sure what they are doing. None of our scouts have returned.
These frosty dogs. We will speak later, Serenoa. First, we must put down whatever the Duchy is planning at the mines. I need you and your people beside me.
Of course. We shall ready ourselves for the battle at once.
Extraction is nearly finished. We've secured the amount we were told. Seems such a waste to just leave the rest.
Don't think Archduke Gustadolf gives two shites. Hurry it up. We need to be done here before Glenbrook catches on to us.
Sir.
Whoops. My bad. Didn't mean to save over that one.
Roland and House Wolffort succeed in reclaiming Glenbrook, but they cannot rest easy, for new dilemmas threaten to tear the kingdom apart. For one, the secret of Serenoa's birth come to light with Lord Simon's passing. Meanwhile, the newly crowned King Roland struggles to reconcile his ideals with reality after punishing the Royalists. Finally, there's the truth about the Roselle and the untapped salt crystals buried within the earth, revealed in a book to Frederica from her late mother. None of these revelations have an easy solution. As all parties discuss the matters, they receive word that the survivors of the Isfrosti army are gathering at the Grand Norzellian mines. Forced to put all else aside to focus on driving out their foe, Serenoa and his comrades steel themselves for battle.
The remnants of the Isfrosti forces are gathering at the Grand Norzellian mines. Perhaps I should say they are rallying there, preparing to defend it to the last.
Something tells me you're right. Gustadolf may have used Lord Dragan's murder as pretext for invading Glenbrook. Yet I believe his true aim was to seize control, not of our kingdom, but of the mines.
Once Glenbrook fell to them, Esfrost did indeed continue mining operations, with notable zeal. Apparently, they transported huge shipments of what they excavated to the Duchy, too.
You mean iron ore?
One would assume as much, but we do not know for certain. They say only a chosen few were allowed to have anything to do with the mining or transport.
Odd, ain't it? Granted, the iron from the Grand Norzellian mines is supposed to be decent stuff.
But the Duchy has access to plenty of other iron mines of comparable quality. They've certainly no need to go to such pains to obtain resources from this one.
You reckon there's something special about it?
What my mother wrote of must be true. I've returned from scouting the Grand Norzellian mines. There were no signs of miners or couriers anywhere. The enemy's numbers do not appear that great, but the soldiers were occupied with some task within the mine. I cannot say exactly how many they are.
Thank you, Hewitt. Well done. Well, there you have it. The Isfrosti army is scheming something at the mines. Whatever they're planning, we cannot allow them to continue unchallenged.
Then let us reclaim the Grand Norzellian mines. And in doing so, we shall discover the Duchy's aims in due course.
Oh, right. So what is Milo? I never paid attention to what she was. 24. They gave us to her at 24. So Roland is back, and so is Frederica. So I was right. They were both 24. All right. Which just leaves main story. The Saintly Seven gather at the Hierophant's palace without Serenoa. What a curse. Like, for real. How dare they? Oops, Avrod. Thought you were closing the Twin Gates, my man. It looks like that's it. So let's just jump into the encampment real fast, why don't we? Because why not? Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to promote a class. Because we can promote someone to class, can't we? We've got you three as an elite. I think it's time we did Frederica. Said she was next, anyway.
It was worth every effort.
Yeah, Magical Blaze. Now we do not have any other. We don't have anybody else. What did that say? 49,000? Jeez. Have we talked to him in here? Yes, my lord. Do you have need of me? I am not yet accustomed to the ways of your army, but I doubt I've seen a finer force. They're highly disciplined and more than a little suspicious of me, but that is to their credit. I assure you their suspicions are unfounded. As a soldier myself, I know well the value of loyalty. Nice, nice. Is that Maxwell? Did the physical battles come to the political one? I wonder how I might be of service then. Who knows? Julio's creeping up on Milo there, though. You came to see me. How kind of you, my lord. I know you have your doubts about me, but rest assured that once I make a decision, I see it through to the end. It mustn't be fate that brought us together, so why don't we enjoy the time we have in one another's company? Alright, is there any new ones? There is. There is one new mission called A Desperate Assault. Climb the valley walls and defeat the enemy general. Take care to avoid ranged attacks from the troops on the ridge. Beware strikes from troops riding hawks. My brain is tired. I don't think I want to do that right now. So there is nothing I can do with you. I need superior iron. What is that? Route and recover? Recover HP while you defeat an enemy. Passive. Grant 1 TP to allies. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Roland's I can't do anything. Increases luck. Deals physical damage to a single enemy, ignoring their defense. Already did hers. Gila's is increased range of command abilities by 1 and grants an ally the ability to cover 1 time after falling in battle. That is extremely tempting. Like, both of those are really good, but that is, wow, yeah. So hers I can't really do much except for like you. He'll do that one. Why not? Huette. Wait, what was her thing? What is her big thing? Deadly Blaze. Deal physical damage to a single enemy and lower their physical defense and magical defense for 5 turns. Okay. Hers is normal attack range and accuracy. Soar up high on Flugy, then deal physical damage to a single enemy from above. So it's basically what what's his face has. Flanagan. Flanagan has a move that's similar to that. But all I can do with her is insult to injury, which is a passive skill. Increase your critical hit rate against enemies with 50% or less HP. Superior Timber. She actually needs that for her stuff, so I don't think I want to do that yet. Iridors has become invincible and infuriate all enemies within range for 1 turn. That's pretty dope. That is pretty dope. Sir Maxwell, his special is high jump. Jump to a selected square, then deal physical damage to all enemies in range. Of course, it requires iron. A lot of these require iron, I'm noticing. Weapon damage, normal. Piercing arrow. Charge for 1 turn, then deal physical damage to enemies in a straight line. 10 squares? Jeez. No, I don't want to do anything that uses superior timber. What is it? His Rampart. Decrease the damage taken by adjacent allies for 3 turns. Brock, you do not need to go to bed. I took a sweet time popping up that. And of course, iron, but not as much iron as the other ones. Jeez. Again, timber and stone. I don't care about those 2. Acquire a weapon at weapon 3. Oh, it won't even show me because this weapon rank isn't even at 3. Do I even... I do. Glacial Moon. Deals ice-type magic damage to all enemies within range and frees the ground. Reaches further and deals greater damage than Icy Breath. Too bad. So sad. Julio, I don't even have yours. Same thing with you, so I can't even see it. I could technically get it, but I can't see it. Not that I would actually get it. So that means I think the only one I can get is Gila's, which is superior stone, so I don't mind it like one bit. You. So you're still sold out on that stuff. Alright, let's just... Okay, I don't want to spend that much. I mean, 10 maybe, but... Jeez. I was like, yeah, sure. I think that's it, because all I'm able to buy on him, I'm pretty sure, would be the Electrum and Eternal Resin. I guess it'd just be Eternal Resin then. I guess Metal Bravery, but technically nobody can use it. So yeah, there's no need to talk to him. So another short video, you know, just a bunch of little lore, and then we went through this to see kind of what we need. Like, we need a lot of superior iron, like 20 just for them to. And if I'm correct, they weren't even the last ones. Curves we got, for sure. Superior stone. And iron. Timber, fiber. At least all the others are like very low. Like, you just need 1 or 2. But for Serenoa and Roland, yeah, no, you need freaking everything, dude. I guess for Maxwell too. Yeah, so it's just... And hers is a little more pricier than the others. But yeah, Maxwell, Serenoa, and them just take a lot. Oh, Milo. Oh my. Seriously? Exotic flower, I didn't even know I had that. Damn. Just when you think you can do a person's. And another fiber. Always fiber. Heart Stealer? I don't even have that. Green Mist duration increases effect duration of Green Mist. Increases effect duration of Blue Knight. I mostly use Green Mist, so easy peasy. Alright, so we did do something. I completely forgot about Milo. So yeah, you know, got some lore dump and came down here and checked out what was going on down here and got Frederica up to elite. So in the next episode, we'll go to Hyzand and see what the Saintly Seven are the Saintly Six are convening, considering they're convening without Serenoa, their 7th member, which they're probably getting annoyed by at this point. So I hope you have a great day. I'm Rebel. You could be the best you could possibly be. If you liked the video, give it a like. Comment if you'd be super special, awesome, subscribe if you hadn't. That would really help me out. And ta-ta for now.